Elliot, Halloween came a few days early for the Bulls last Saturday, while we may have been treated to a Karl Heinz goal. Unfortunately, the scare came just afterwards with a bit of a roll on the ankle. Can you give us an update on any injuries with him?
Yeah, we'll probably teach Heinze for putting a tackle in and working back. So, it's not an ideal one. Again, surface hasn't particularly helped us there. He has got a slight chip to his ankle bone, but thankfully it actually doesn't look too bad. So as much as there's a chip there, kind of it's clean, so there's actually not much impact left to him now. So he is actually in the squad on Saturday. Whether he's fit to play a full part is kind of yet to be seen, but he's walking around completely unaided, can jog and run around. So we're hoping kind of Tuesday will be the one that we really prepare him back for. But yeah, luckily we've kind of maybe got away with one slightly, as much as it didn't look great at the time.
Yeah, well, he's not the first to have an injury this season so far. Can you give us an update on some of the others?
Yeah, no, I think it's actually starting to look a little bit more positive. So last night we had Luke Campbell back down training for the first time since Balham. I think he's done one session in between there, but largely for the first time since Balham. We've had Francis Lekimimati back in training as well, following kind of his marathon exploits, which is great. Again, Francis, in terms of a character, just lifts the group a lot as well. So great to have Francis back. He's another one that will go into the squad for Saturday. Luke's still a few weeks off competitive action, but he's certainly on the mend, which is good. Jay Giles will do a little bit tonight. Again, uncompetitive stuff, but hopefully be back in the next kind of 4 to 6 weeks. Lorne Bickley, similar sort of timelines with him. James Sunley, we hope, is a little bit quicker, maybe 2 weeks, along with kind of JJ Lloyd. And then we've got some other lads back in and around it as well now. Jada Santos, James Carr that you saw on Saturday, Johnny LeCain. So yeah, it's starting to look a little bit more positive, and that's definitely what we're going to need as we come up to these busy months.
Well, the next few days could prove to be some of the most crucial games in the season. We've got a home game against Knaphill this Saturday, followed by a Tuesday away game against league leaders Redhill.
Yeah.
How are you preparing for that?
Yeah, it's difficult because you've only got these 2 sessions this week to prepare for both games, so we don't get anything in between, which obviously brings its own challenges, because Knaphill and Redhill both set up in different ways, both got different strengths, different weaknesses, so just means we're kind of juggling with a couple of game plans, but first and foremost need to worry about Saturday. I think we've been delighted with the home record so far. Knaphill's going to be our toughest test at home, definitely. So we need to make sure we're on it for that. And then with Redhill, again, tough game, Tuesday night away at Redhill. Yeah, again, that's going to be a test. I think if we can get anything out of that, if we can come out of this with the unbeaten run still intact, preferably 4 points or above, then that puts us right in a kind of title mix rather than just looking at the playoffs.
Well, we're currently a third of the way through the season. Have you been able to sort of take a retrospective look and adjust to Step 5 football and how you've been finding it?
Yeah, thoroughly enjoying it. I think all the lads would say the same, especially Gartz, Adam, all of the coaching staff that have kind of come in here for the first season. So very much enjoying it. I think we've had a start probably beyond kind of wildest dreams, really, in terms of how we've dealt with injuries, how we've dealt with some bad luck at times with a couple of decisions here and there, but we've ridden it out quite well. We've clearly got 2 big tests coming up now, and if we can ride those 2 out as well, then it's been a fantastic start. I think it's the highest points tally after 13 games, which is great, but we can only look back on that as a really positive platform if we go and do something off that. If it's another year of nearly disappointment, then we're not going to look at the start. So it's really important now that we kick on, and I think this week in particular, especially with these 2 games coming up and Bedfont in the Vars, we've got an opportunity here to really test ourselves, get some proper sides and see sort of where we're at and how much we need to improve to be in and around it come the end of the season. We know we've got bodies coming back. We've got a couple of lads, hopefully sort of Christmas, January time, will also be back in contention. Lads that are returning to the island, potentially new arrivals to the island as well. So that's really, really positive stuff. If we can just keep in and around it as we have done so far, then the signs are very positive for the second half of the season.
Well, the fans can definitely get behind you this Saturday against Knaphill with a home game, and they can tune in from Jersey only for the stream against Redhill on Tuesday. Good luck.
Cheers, thank you.